Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In the last video I've talked about the best equipments for your home workouts and calisthenics workouts. I will leave the link in the description of that video. I mentioned in that video that the resistance bands are one of the best equipments that you can have, but to choose the right one can be a difficult task. I have only these resistance bands, but these ones were the right ones for me. I want to talk about them, types of resistance bands, for what kind of person they are adequate to, pros and cons of resistance bands, and is it worth it buying all of them. First, I want to talk about the colors and the brands. There are no specific color for the resistance band force because not every brand uses the same color for each resistance band force. So let me explain to it. For example, this brand that I bought, these ones, they made this one orange, but it can be that another brand does the same resistance band force, but the color will be black. There are a lot of resistance bands in the market. For example, you have these resistance bands, then you have the elasti bands, you have tube bands, and Thera bands. Those are more used for physiotherapy, and there are other bands as well. With such a big choice, you can get lost. I personally prefer these resistance bands that are used for calisthenics because they are circular and for me they have more use than the other ones. These elastic bands are great, but to be honest, you can do the same work with these ones that you do with this one. So I'm definitely going to put that away and I'm going to focus only on these resistance bands. Now, which one is the right one for you? It depends on you. When choosing the right resistance bands, it has to help you improve in strength, but you have to do the majority of the strength. The resistance bands are like a spotter, so it's like a little push to do an exercise that you cannot do without it. Because if you buy a super thick resistance band and it does all the work, then you will not progress. This orange resistance band is the first that I have got. This one says it has 35 kg of resistance. It means that it will help you a lot with exercises, and if you use this resistance band as resistance, you have to pull and push more. This one was gifted to me from my sister. She bought it at Decathlon and I was satisfied with this one, and then I decided to buy the other ones in Decathlon too. I recommend this one when you're a complete beginner. It helped me so much, and I still use these resistance bands for extreme difficult exercises like the planche. I like to use the resistance bands as a progression. For example, I start with the thick one and then slowly move to the thinner ones, and then I will achieve that skill. The resistance bands can be a time saver in progressions. Now to the yellow one, it says 25 kg. So it means that this one you have to do more work, and if you use it as resistance you have to do a less force than with the orange one. The green one, turquoise, it is 15 kg. It means you have to do the majority of the work. For resistance, this is quite a good one for some exercises. The blue ones, very thin, only 5 kg. They are extremely good for warm-ups, really. I bought this one thinking it would help, but it's like you have no help at all, and that's why I call this warm-up band. With some exercises, this one can still be a great resistance band. For example, for lateral raises, I'm going to show you. You see, you can manage to do it. If you use the other resistance bands, it's practically impossible to do it. And as assistance, this band is not really the right one to choose. In conclusion, which resistance band should you choose? For me, I recommend buying all these 4, because let's say you can do 10 pull-ups with the orange one, all right? And then you skip the yellow one and go straight to the turquoise one. What happens is maybe you will only do 2 to 3 reps. It's a huge jump in progressions. It's like I said, it's better to do 10 reps with this one and then another 5 to 6 reps with this one and then 2, 3. Like this, you can progress easy and smarter. That is why these 4 resistance bands are more than enough. Also, a thing that you can do, you can combine 2 resistance bands together to get more assistance or more resistance. The thick resistance bands, you won't use them so much, But if you combine, for example, the orange one with the yellow one, 35 with 25 kg, you have 60 kg. Or you can also do other combinations, for example, the orange with the turquoise one, or even with this one. These 4 resistance bands are the right ones to choose. They are a small set, but they will help you a lot with exercise. For example, if you want to do the front lever, believe me, it's much easier to do the front lever with resistance bands. The resistance bands are the best equipment that I have bought, and the good thing is that you can travel them to everywhere. And that is one of the pros of the resistance bands. But now let's talk about the pros and cons of the resistance band. I said it a million times in the other videos, and I will say it again. You can use these resistance bands as assistance or as resistance. Very practical. Like I said, you can take them to everywhere. Indoors, outdoor workouts, not expensive with the things you can do with them. Now the cons are not really too many. As they are elastic, after some years of use, they tend to lose their original resistance. They will start to rip, and I have a yellow one, and that is the proof. I can still use these resistance bands, but not for the same things I can do with this one. But the cons are so minimal that I don't even talk about them, or I don't even think about them. So guys, like I said, these 4 resistance bands are the best ones for you. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree. And guys, if you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you won't miss any new coming videos. And I see you next time. Thank you and see ya.